Before we get into our training video, if by chance you found this video as a recommended video on YouTube, this training video is actually part of an extensive CorelDRAW for Beginners training series from AdvancedTshirts.com. We have developed dozens of videos, and we also have available on our website downloadable work-along files that you can work with in CorelDRAW while you're working through the training videos. Easily the best and fastest way to learn. If these videos are helpful to you, please take a second to add a like to the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can be notified when we upload new video content. And of course, in the comment section below, you can post your questions or your CorelDRAW video tutorial requests. In this session, we'll take a look at the blend tool in CorelDRAW. This is another interactive and dynamic tool. The blend tool does a number of different things, and it has a number of different purposes and things you might want to use it for. This is the property bar, and we'll get into that in just a minute. And here's how a blend works. We have a starting object selection node and an ending object selection node. Then we have a blend acceleration slider in the middle that makes this interactive. If I select this basic blend here, you can see what's happening. Going from a smaller, lighter blue vector object to a bigger, darker blue vector object, and then the objects are blending into the ending object. So it starts with the beginning and the end. The colors change and the sizes change as the objects blend into the selected or end object. If I go to the blend tool, which you'll find over here in the interactive tools, and select that, you'll see that my ending and starting nodes appear, and so does my slider. I can left click on that slider, pull that back, you'll see the change and make that adjustment. I also go to my ending node, move that and adjust it that way, or change it in direction. So you can see how that works. I'll set up a basic blend, and I'll go to the pick tool, and I'll go to the ellipse tool, and I'll just create a perfect circle here, a little bit smaller, then another one here a little bit bigger. I'll go to the eyedropper tool, use the same colors, click here, and I'll fill that. Hold down shift to go back to the eyedropper and select that. Then I'll hit my spacebar to go back to the pick tool, select the smaller, lighter object, go to the blend tool, left click, hold down, drag out, and connect that, and you can see the blend is created. Now we do have our blend objects, and we can change that. We can increase that. I could make that 120, and you'd see that. I could come over here and right click and take the outline off and just look like a color gradient going through there. I could bring that down to 15 and hit enter. I can also come here and adjust the blend direction and do many different things here, and we'll get into some things here. Now coming down here, I can see that I've got an object that created a small white ellipse going into a bigger blue ellipse, and I'll click on that and you can see it has 20 steps, but it looks like it's got a highlight on it because of the blend. And that's very easy to do also. I'll come here and create the blue object on the bottom using the same blue that I have here. Then I'll go back to the ellipse tool, create a smaller ellipse or perfect circle, and fill that with white. Click off and go back to the pick tool, select both of these, right click and take the outline off, hit escape to deselect, and I'll go to the blend tool. Actually, I'll select the white, then I'll go to the blend tool, left click and pull that into the blue. You can see how that highlight was created to give the blue a spherical look and depth. And you can also blend along a path, and here I am blending along a path. And you can see the path right here. And to blend along a path, I'll come down here And we can see we created the grapes with the blend tool, but I'm going to zoom out, zoom in, and I'll delete this here because this is also a blend along a path, and you can see that. Now what I want to do is to show you how that works. I'm just going to delete that, and I'll delete these two here, and I'll bring this in down here. Now this is a blend, or is it a blend? Yep, that's a blend. And all it is 1, 2, 3, 4 between 2. So what I'm going to do is blend the objects along the path to fit the objects to the path. Go to the blend tool, left click, bring this out to select the other star, create the blend, come up here and change my blend objects to 4 and hit enter. Then I'll come over here to new path from the property bar, come down and click on the arc, and that will apply that. Then I'm going to come up here to the settings, that's the object acceleration. I want to blend along full path, and it does that. I could also go and rotate all objects if I wanted to, but not happy with that, so I'll just deselect that. So you can see how I was able to set those stars along that path. Now you just right click, break blend group apart, deselect that, delete the arch, and now all of those stars are in an arch above my soccer emblem design. So there I'm blending objects along a path. So you can see all the different things that we can do, and there's some hotkeys here that you can work with when you're working with the blend tool in CorelDRAW, and how you can use it for things like shading and highlighting and creating effects and doing many different things. The best thing to do is take some time to experiment with all the different settings in the property bar, working with the tool, and you'll get it down in no time and be able to use it for things like highlighting and shading and fitting objects to a path and many different things. We'll wrap here for the blend tool, and we'll continue in our next video session.